Hello everybody, YuHu here. Today I'm going to review the YuHu Megaminx. So you can get this Megaminx on Cube's first speed for $11, which is pretty much the cheapest you can get. If anything, it's a little bit bigger than the standard size of Megaminx, but to be honest, I didn't really notice this when I started solving it. The stickers that you currently see on here are my custom shades from the cubicle, but the stickers that came with it were pretty good. They had pretty good colors, pretty good contrast, and they're actually pretty good quality. Only a couple of them peeled, which is pretty inevitable for a big cube like this, but yeah, they're pretty good. The feel of this cube is kind of hard to explain. It's not really anything too special. It's pretty smooth after lubing it a little bit once, and it just remains kind of crunchy, if I could describe it. Kind of like a really lubed and smooth Zanchi or something like that, but really nothing to complain about. The speed of this cube being lubed is a little bit slow, but it's fast enough for me, and if you wanted to make it faster, you could just lube it a little bit more. And one thing that I find kind of weird about this cube is the stability of it. So you see on here, we have these little recessed pieces, so you see there's like an extra shell on top of each of the pieces, and that makes it a little bit wobbly. See, like this? So it's not the most stable puzzle, and that makes it so when you try and turn one side, sometimes a couple of the other sides will like kind of wobble down. Like, it still turns, but it's just gets kind of annoying and locks up a bit. And that's another thing about this puzzle, it seems to lock up a lot. Like, I can never really get an algorithm to flow smoothly on this cube. Like, it always seems to just lock up a little bit in between. I've actually gotten quite a bit better at Megaminx turning using this puzzle, and what I've found is you really have to get the tensions perfect. If it's too tight, then it'll lock up too much because the corner cutting isn't good enough, but if it's too loose, it'll be kind of wobbly like I explained earlier, and that'll just cause lockups even more. And so what I've done to this puzzle is originally I kind of tightened it a little bit, and it worked fine for a little bit, but then I saw that somebody said to loosen it a bunch, so I did that, and I had it like that for a while, and it seemed to work okay, but I seemed to be getting a lot of lockups because the wobbly feel made it so it would never quite line up, and I could never get that turn, and I just kind of have to reline it after every turn. And then I kind of just tightened it a little bit more, and I seem to have gotten in a pretty good sweet spot. I don't think it's going to get any better, and it's actually quite a bit better now than it was before. The mechanism of it is comparable to a Waylong. You can see here you have these little pieces that stick out on the sides, kind of the same thing, and without the torpedo on this cube, it pretty much has the same design. You see this part going across, and this kind of bumping out part along here. And even without any sort of torpedoes, which I personally would find a little unnecessary, it never pops at all. Like, just because of the geometry of a Megaminx, the fact that this piece like goes kind of outwards when it goes into the puzzle, it makes it so it's pretty much impossible to pop, even a little bit difficult to take apart sometimes. And as for the corner cutting, it can do a little bit less than halfway. You see line to line right there. Works pretty well, or line to line there, I guess it would be. That works pretty well. Backwards isn't anything amazing, but it can still do a little bit, which helps a little bit with those lockups, but I think most of the lockups are still caused by the instability of the puzzle. So overall, what I think YuHu should have done with this puzzle is not done this kind of recessed design and just make it more like a standard Megaminx like this, because I think that would have helped with the stability quite a bit. So really what I think is the more you tighten it, less corner cutting, which means the more you'll lock up, and the more you loosen it, the more instability, which means the more you'll lock up. So really just get it right in the middle and it should be fine. But even still, I would recommend this Megaminx. It is cheaper than the Diane, and I've heard it actually is a little bit better if you set it up right. I haven't really done a ton to set it up, but I think it still can get better than this. So go out and buy one of these Megaminxes. Again, you can get it on Cube's first speed for $11. They're a pretty awesome store. Not sponsored by them or anything, but yeah, just a pretty awesome store, and they definitely have great shipping, so go buy it from them, and I'd really recommend it for any Megaminx solver, because it's probably the best one on the market. But anyway, if you like this video, leave a like down below, leave some comments for suggestions for other things to review in the future, and stay subscribed to be notified when another video like this comes out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!